You're listening to
The platform speaks.
We got one more song to play for one more gift card on today.
That's right.
The number 5 song, which will be coming up shortly. But before we get into that, we have a very special guest in the building on today. And I just want to, give y'all just a little bit of backstory real quick.
Okay.
There's a backstory here, okay? Right here. I'm about to insert it, okay? So I went to Timeekah screening on last week, which was an amazing event. I'm talking about everything from the food to the music to the whole ambiance, the feel. I just felt good. So I look over and I see this fine thing in yellow, dressed in yellow, and I'm like, wow, what is that? First of all, it was the outfit that got me, because the outfit, it had so much expression. It was just like wild and crazy. And I was like, I told my boo, I was like, I want to take a picture of her so bad, but I'm a little nervous. But I'm like, what am I nervous for? Like, so I just walked over to her and I'm like, excuse me, can I take a picture with you? And she was so sweet. She was like, yes, of course. And we took a picture. And now you're in the studio where we do the radio show. Look at that.
Look at the power speaking
I
of
love
y'all.
it. Everybody help me welcome Timeekah Murphy in the building. Yes.
Yeah. How you doing today?
I'm good. That's
good.
Yes. It's so good to have you.
I didn't know.
Thank you for
I didn't
coming.
know all that was a part of the walk up.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, it was literally like that. I was like, I want to take a picture.
I love that.
You got a crush, but you don't really want to say nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at that. It was like that, but yes.
I
it was dope.
appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yes. Well, thank you for taking that picture with me.
Absolutely.
Yes, I appreciate it. But listen, just a little bit about Timeekah. Timeekah Murphy is a celebrity designer and the owner of Alani Taylor, a luxury streetwear brand that launched in 2016 after the birth of her daughter, Alani Taylor Murphy. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit. Well, tell us about your brand and about your designs and, how this, I know how it came about because your daughter, but yes, tell us about it. Like, we want to learn more about what you have been able to do thus far.
Yeah. Alani Taylor is the rebel side of me, pretty much.
The rebel.
Because I'm 12 years military, so that comes with a lot of discipline and all that. But through my fashion, I get to be a rebel. It gives me an excuse to be the Sasha Fierce of my career.
Come on.
So Alani Taylor is a high fashion brand. I wouldn't necessarily put it as a streetwear brand because I do both high fashion and streetwear.
Yeah.
But I collide the two together most of the time. Alani Taylor started when I was in the Army, and I didn't want to look like the rest of the soldiers shopping at this one mall that we had in Killeen, Texas. And I started teaching myself how to sew in 2011 from YouTube University. Graduated there with honors.
Oh yeah, had to plug the honors there. I love it.
Yeah, you too do be teaching folks. Yeah.
And then just fast forward, it kind of fell in my lap because I did not grow up with fashion. I did not grow up even thinking about it. I played basketball all my life. And so this was more so from a brain injury that I incurred in the military.
Oh, wow.
And I knew that I was on my way out because of it. So I wanted to just figure out what else I was going to do. So going through all these different, play with this, play with that. I did network marketing and all that. And so the universe pretty much put me in the career of a fashion designer.
I love that.
So, that's how Alani Taylor became Alani Taylor. Of course, outside of the birth of my daughter, I was just playing around with it, honestly. I'm doing fashion shows here and there just because people ask me to, not really taking it serious to the point that I'm like, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, Until my daughter came, because it wasn't called Alani Taylor. My brand was Prodigy Life Clothing, had no meaning behind it at all. And then when I named the brand after my daughter is when I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to take it serious, this is a way for me to provide a future for my daughter to be able to be whatever she wants to be, and money wasn't going to stop her from doing that. So after I named it Alani Taylor, I was like, you got to be serious. So I went to school in 2014, got my bachelor's degree in fashion design, and been going ever since.
I love that.
Wow.
I love that. You've been able to work with some pretty big names in the industry, and I'm just going to name a few. The first and foremost, Beyonce.
Of course, everybody.
Like,
yeah.
We
gotta
I mean,
stop
that's
right
the
there
first
real
one y'all
quick.
put on there. So that's the first
Yeah.
one I'm gonna name. Also, I'm a big Beyonce fan.
Yeah.
So when
We
I
love
seen that,
her.
I was like, oh my God, you did
Yeah.
Black is King?
Yes. it
Black
was
is
amazing.
King is one of my favorite
Mine too.
Beyonce like projects ever.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why that went over a lot of people's heads.
It was a masterpiece.
It was a
Yeah.
master.
Yes.
It was
The fashion
amazing.
was
Everything from the
ridiculous.
music
Yeah.
to the visuals to the fashions to everything. I love everything about it. Cardi B,
Yes.
the baby, and a host of a lot of different individuals, you know, and I'm sure some small, some great, whatever. What is one thing that drives you in order to make fashion different, you know, for different individuals? Because, you know,
'Cause I'm a
when you're working with
rebel.
those different people, like, they gonna want to
Right.
see something new, something fresh, something.
Yeah.
Like, what is something that drives you, that give you, you know, the inspiration?
Being a rebel, honestly. Like, when I decided to be a designer, I know when people become designers, they fall in love with a certain genre of fashion.
Yeah.
For me, being the rebel that I am, I'm like, I'm going to teach myself every genre of fashion. So I wanted to learn what streetwear was, what avant-garde was, what high fashion, what couture. So I don't like failure. So whenever someone comes to me, being in the Army for 12 years, it's like, this is the mission, you have to accomplish it. So I treat my clients the same. So when they come to me, the mission is, get this type of garment done for me. These are my visions, or whether it's my vision or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I really focus on. So sometimes it takes me out of my comfort zone to where I have to learn something new, but the goal is to not fail the mission, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's where my drive comes from, with just making sure that no matter what comes in front of you, that the goal is to complete it, whether you know it or not. It's been many of times that people have come to me, and I'm like, and they're like, can you do this? And I know I can't, but I'm like, yeah, I could get that done, because it just takes research, you know. So I like to learn, you know, and whenever someone comes to me with something that I don't know, it's considered a challenge to me. And so that also elevates my knowledge as a designer as well. But so just not wanting to be a failure is my motivation, really.
Oh, I love that.
We gotta talk about Beyonce. We have to. We absolutely have to talk about, like, you designing for Beyonce. Your clothes touched her body.
Right.
Like, what was going on? I want to know the whole process of you getting the call, or people reaching out to you to do
She
that.
wants
Like,
to know
what-
everything.
Like, yeah, I really want to know that. I want to know what you was eating that day. What you, like, what the sky was looking like. Was it raining? Was it snowing? What? Like, let me know.
And it's really not a crazy story. So in 2018 I moved. 2017 I had moved to LA from Killeen, Texas. I had just got out the military in 2016. I met up with this girl named Brittany, who I had met her 5 years before that. She was dating my friend Carter the Body, and my friend Krista introduced me to Brittany, not knowing that we had came across each other's paths before. And she was just like, yo, somebody needs help with designs or whatever. And so I went to Brittany's house, and she took me like in this room, and it was all of this like BDSM type lifestyle things that she was doing in there, with like latex and stuff like that, and it wasn't my lane. Like I knew I said I wanted to learn everything, but I didn't want to know that. So I literally was like, yo, this is not my lane or whatever. So I brung her another designer. Well, she was a seamstress, so I brung a seamstress over to Brittany to help her with the things, but the girl failed. So I felt like it was my responsibility to fix it, because I referred this person.
Wow.
So another challenge for me was to figure out how to work with these, this material, the garments, everything. And that's where the brand Deviant LaVie came from. Well, I think she already had the name, but she wanted to do latex. And then one day we like come back in the room the next day, and she was playing with these ropes. And she was like, look what I made. And instantly, me as a designer, I'm like, yo, we can go so far with this. So we dropped the latex, and we started focusing on the rope pieces. So for 8 months straight, we stayed in that room, of course, coming out to eat and shit like that. But for 8 months, we perfected the garments that we were making. And it was like wearable art, but all made out of nylon ropes. And so I said we have to, because I was already doing fashion shows, so we put Deviant Levi's first collection on a runway for LA Fashion Week, and people went crazy over it. So at that point, I stopped doing Alani Taylor and focused on Deviant. So after the fashion show, Zarina emails Brittany and was like, hey, we need something for a project for Beyonce. So Brittany calls me because I think we're both like out of town, and she's like, yo, are you ready to die? I'm like, no.
Not today.
Like, I still got a kid I gotta raise. But she was like, yo, we gotta design something for Beyonce. And I think we both went crazy wherever we was at the time. So at first it didn't click to me, and I'm like, because I don't get excited that easy no more. So I'm like, all right, cool, what we gotta do? So we both fly back home, and we had 4 days to do. We did Lion King before Black is King. So we did Lion King. And we're making the pieces for Beyonce, and we had to make 15 pieces, I believe, in 4 days. Mind you, one piece takes us 1 day to make it.
God!
1 day. When I tell you we got no sleep for 4 days, like, it was insane, but it was worth it because we knew who it was for. And we knew that if we did this is going to take our career to another level.
Yeah.
So I at this point, I was going through a divorce at the time, so I gave my car to my daughter's mom. I was riding an electric bike downtown, so I had to meet somebody from Beyonce's crew to give me a whole mannequin of this woman. Like, it was a molded mannequin of Beyonce.
Oh, Beyonce.
Yes.
Wow.
So that was the closest at the time that I could ever get to Beyonce. So we have like videos of me all over this mannequin. and we couldn't put it out because she was like, no, you, like, they will eat you alive if they see what you're doing to that mannequin. But yeah, we had the mannequin, so we was able to perfect the garment for her, and know that she was going to wear it, but no one told us what it was for. So it took, mind you, a year for Beyonce is like, a year for us for Beyonce is like a week to her. Because it's like, y'all going to wait a year, but I be working every day. So we're sitting waiting, and she's still doing projects. So it's nothing to her. So we're just sitting for a whole year, bro, waiting to figure out what did she do with these pieces. And then we heard on the news that Beyonce rented out the Grand Canyon, and we was like, that's what it's for, because by that time we knew that she was dropping Lion King and all of that. So we went crazy again, and like, it's gonna be in the Lion King movie. And so when it dropped, my mom called because she saw it on TV first. And all of these different people, and we have the videos and everything, but all of these different people called, and so that kind of got Deviant out there. And then from there, Cardi's stylist called and was like, hey, we need something. So all of these different people started calling just because they saw Beyonce wear that piece. So you guys know what the piece is, the red ropes with her and her dancers? So they saw that, and Cardi, Tyra Banks, Tiffany Haddish, Ashanti, Maya, Carmen Electra, Sports Illustrated, everybody was getting these pieces from us. Because there's stuff on my social media that I don't even have up there from all the things we've done. And that took off our career. And we did another show called The Zenith Experience, where because it was like, I want to do something to where I don't have to introduce myself anymore as a designer. So I'm always looking for what can I do to change the fashion industry, so that when people see Murph, they like, yo, that she's one of the dopest designers, you know what I'm saying? So I put this show together in LA called The Zenith Experience, and that was for me to not introduce myself to the people in LA, because I knew it wasn't going to be in the world at the time. So we had Nick Cannon hosted and everything like that, sold out, overpacked, and we presented the Zenith Experience pieces. And then the next day, Zarina said, I need you guys to give me the whole collection. Gave her the whole collection. Didn't know what that was for either. And then a year later, again, that's when Black is King came out. So when Black is King came out, I literally damaged my vocal cords permanently from that day.
From yelling and screaming.
Yes, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like, if I raise my voice a little bit, like, it's raspy now, but my voice hasn't always been this way. But it came from Beyonce, and I'm still waiting for them to pay for the bill for my for my throat to get fixed. But yeah, so then Black is King came out, and you know when they carrying her for the first time, like on the thing with the white dress and everything.
Yeah.
When I saw that, it was over. Like, I was like, holy crap. Because prior to that, no one knew that I was a part of Deviant. And that's what was really bothering me, because I worked my ass off for that brand. And everybody was on Brittany. Obviously, she's a beautiful white female. So they only wanted to see, if I'm being candid, the white face. Like, they didn't want to see a masculine Black woman on TV or get in the spotlight. So I struggled a lot being a part of Deviant until I didn't want to struggle no more. Because people be like, I never knew you was a part of that brand, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, I used to bust my ass in that for that brand. Yeah. And so I made the decision to walk away and focus on what I really started fashion for, which was Alani Taylor. Yeah. And so once I started focusing on my brand, everything had took off for me at that moment, because I was definitely in the shadow when I was a part of Deviant, you know. So, but those are the Beyonce stories for sure. We got to go to her house and everything.
I absolutely love that.
Y'all went to her house? Mm-hmm. Why you ain't call me?
Right,
my phone was dead, honestly.
That ain't no excuse.
Yeah, like, and when I charged it, I called you, but it went straight to voicemail.
God. Lord have mercy. Technology. I get a new phone.
Yeah, and that was the crazy part, because, man, that woman, where she lived, try to get in there if you want to.
Okay.
It's crazy.
I bet.
Man, I bet. So.
What you do when you walked in Beyonce's house?
I can't even talk about it.
Oh, period. But listen, we want to know more about Alani.
Yes,
because that's why we here. And, you know, so tell us, what do you have coming up that we can look forward to the lab. The who?
The lab.
The lab?
I talk about that all
What's
day.
The lab?
Exactly what it's called. So Alani Taylor, like, where I'm at in my career now, Alani Taylor sustains itself. This is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. Alani Taylor was created for my daughter to literally have something to call her own and to create value behind her name. Yeah. But that's not my passion. Mm-hmm. Like, fashion is not my passion. Giving back to the community, working with kids, and I'm a leader and I'm an educator at the same time. So I started a company called The Lab. And inside of The Lab, I have a retail store where I house other up-and-coming designers. I take my platform with all my clientele, and I give that to these designers. So when my clients or any other clients walk in, these designers are able to be profitable instantly, because now these people are starting to see your stuff. And obviously, we don't accept everybody. It got to make sense, you know, and we have to know that if somebody saw your clothes, it's going to sell. So I started a retail store. Behind that retail store, I have a manufacturing company where I produce clothing for people, businesses, and designers as well. So those same designers or anybody can come and manufacture their clothing through us. But on top of that, I have the Lab Academy, where we teach the junior youth how to sew. We teach financial literacy. We show them how to open up their bank accounts, get their LLCs and everything like that. So we pretty much turn these kids into entrepreneurs before they leave out of the building in 3 months. And that's where my passion is. That's like what I'm going to leave this earth doing, which is giving back to the community with the gift that God gave me. And that's just, that's what we're doing literally here. I believe Bree brought these for y'all.
Yes.
Even though you already know you're going to be there.
Yeah,
but this is the brochure for it, and it'll pretty much give you the breakdown of what the lab is. But April 1st is our grand opening. And this is actually a re-grand opening because we expanded from 3,400 square feet to 6,500 square feet now, because I wanted to add the school in there.
This is so dope.
So yeah, the purpose of the lab is to elevate it to where we are teaching and helping young junior kids and adults, because adults want to learn how to sew. Some adults don't even know what a DUNS number is or EIN. So this is where my future is going to be taking me. The Alani Taylor is going to sustain itself, but the lab, I want to get the lab to the same level that I've gotten Alani Taylor and bigger. So that means a lot to me right there.
I love how you are taking the knowledge that you have learned and you're passing it on, because that's how you create legacy.
Right.
You know, and that's the difference when, you know, people just having talent, but is taking that talent and multiplying it through different people. And I just love that. That's awesome. I'm definitely going to the Grand O.
Oh yeah, I'm going to.
Definitely going to the Grand O.
Y'all gonna have fun. I'm telling you. We got DJ Waffles as the DJ, and then DJ
Come on,
Tony
DJ
K.
Waffles. I used to DJ. Well, not DJ with him, but I used to work with him in P100.
Yes. See,
yes. DJ Waffles.
DJ Tony K. Everybody. So.
Tony K. Yes. You know all my people.
Look, if we gonna do it, we gonna do it right, goddamn.
Tony K did my grand opening for Dreamland.
See?
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
We're gonna turn up that day.
This is a family here.
Yes. This is gonna be amazing.
Family. I can't wait.
This is so dope. You know, shout out to you for like this. You said by your own admission, this wasn't something that you thought about that you wanted to do, and kind of just ended up into it. And it's so many people who gatekeep. Like they want to keep all their secrets to themselves, and like, you know, they got these people that they can call on that they can obviously help other people out with, and they don't.
Absolutely.
But it's so good to see other, like, black people in particular who are like, no, I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm gonna give you this information too. Like, we all deserve to win. So shout out to you for that. Yeah.
Yes.
And it don't even have to be that we're black. It's just that's just how the world's supposed to be. Regardless. Everything don't need $1 behind it. Yeah. And of course, the school is not free, but a lot of the things that you're out here paying for now is a part of the class. You know, so it's like they give you little to no information, and then say if you click the link in my bio, like, come on, bro. I obviously I don't have the money to click because I'm on your page trying to figure out how to get the money.
Right. How to do it.
And that's where the problem is at. You know, so we're here to try to figure it out.
I see that with a lot of artists too, with like music or whatever. But one thing I like that you are doing is you're jump starting careers, and you also are you know, what's that saying? You can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. It's like that. It's like, okay, because like even in here, it's like, yes, we can produce your stuff, but why not take it a step further? Like, you're giving them the tools to become
to do it on their
more
own.
than just, you know, a manufacturer of great clothes, but you're teaching them knowledge that they can teach to somebody else and take it further. I just love
sewing
that.
is a craft. Like sewing's in the Bible, ain't it?
You say
I
who?
probably made that up, but it should have been.
I mean,
sewing and reaping is.
Listen,
there you go. You know your word.
They
you know your word.
Sleeves on some stuff, so it had to be some sewing.
Like, it was
when you
a craft.
said the Bible, Jasmine got lost.
Yeah.
She was like,
I don't do that no more. But from what I remember,
it was Jonah and the whale.
Right. Somebody, wasn't it a trench coat or something in there? Somebody with a tricolor coat? Somebody made that coat. Yeah, somebody sold it now.
I love it. Listen, we are overtime, but we having such an amazing time here speaking to Timeekah. So tell them where we can follow you. If you have any other information you want to share really quickly, let them know, so that way they can get in contact with. If somebody looking for some, you know,
some drip, we got you.
Some drips, some designs or whatever.
They don't say drip anymore. I'm about to be 40 this year, so I'm still
You about to be 40?
Yes.
Really?
I will be 40 October 3rd.
My birthday's October 4th.
Let's go! All day!
Next year.
Let's go!
Yes, come on, Libra.
Yes.
Come on.
We only get excited when we see other Libras.
We do.
Other than that, we straight calm.
I love the fact that you're turning 40 and you look so amazing.
Thank you.
40 ain't old, though.
No, it's not old, but
the knees do be hurting a little bit. Yeah, you do look really young.
Ask my daughter, 40, I'm ancient to my daughter. Like, you're turning 40?
I know,
oh
my nieces
God.
and nephews give it to me all the time.
So
Like, you old, Uncle Rah-Rah.
So we were born in the late 1900s.
Since when is 36 old?
Late 1900s. Why they gotta do us like that? It's only the 80s. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So ask, were you born
During
with slavery?
I'll pop somebody.
You know what? You kids are very disrespectful.
Very.
And I will not take this slander. We're not doing it today.
Okay, tell everybody where they can find you.
We are branded all over. Alani Taylor. You can Google it. Alani Taylor. Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. So ALANITAYLOR.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Listen, y'all, we got the number 5 song coming up. I know they like, y'all ain't playing that music.
You're listening to The Platform Speak.